Question 1. A project manager is leading a software development project using an agile approach. According to the PMBOK 7th edition, which performance domain primarily focuses on understanding stakeholder needs and engaging them throughout the project life cycle. A. Planning performance domain. B. Delivery performance domain. C. Measurement performance domain. D. Stakeholder performance domain. Answer: D. Stakeholder performance domain. The stakeholder performance domain is dedicated to engaging with individuals, groups, or organizations who may affect, be affected by, or perceive themselves to be affected by a decision, activity, or outcome of a project. This domain emphasizes understanding their interests, managing their expectations, and ensuring their active participation to achieve project success. For example, a project manager might regularly conduct stakeholder interviews or workshops to gather requirements and feedback. Remembering that stakeholders are crucial to a project's success will guide your focus in this domain. Question 2. When considering the PMBOK 7th edition's emphasis on value delivery, what is the primary purpose of a portfolio in a value delivery system? A. To deliver a specific product, service, or result. B. To manage related projects, programs, and operations to achieve strategic business objectives. C. To achieve a set of related outcomes and benefits. D. To provide governance and oversight for a single large project. Answer: B. To manage related projects, programs, and operations to achieve strategic business objectives. In the value delivery system outlined by the PMBOK 7th edition, a portfolio serves as a collection of projects, programs, subsidiary portfolios, and operations managed as a group to achieve strategic objectives. The primary purpose of a portfolio is to maximize the value delivered by aligning all included components with the organization's overarching strategic goals. For instance, a company might have a digital transformation portfolio that includes multiple projects and programs aimed at modernizing its IT infrastructure and processes. Always remember that portfolios are about achieving organizational strategy through a cohesive collection of work. Question 3. A project team is uncertain about the exact requirements for a new product, and the technology required is still emerging. Which development approach, as suggested by the PMBOK 7th edition, would be most suitable for this project? A. Predictive. B. Iterative. C. Hybrid. D. Adaptive. Answer: D. Adaptive. The adaptive development approach, often synonymous with agile, is best suited for projects characterized by high levels of change, uncertainty, and complexity, particularly when requirements are evolving or technology is not fully defined. This approach emphasizes rapid feedback loops, frequent delivery of small increments, and continuous adaptation to changing conditions. For example, developing a cutting-edge artificial intelligence application would benefit from an adaptive approach, allowing the team to learn and adjust as they progress. Embrace adaptability when the path ahead is unclear to maximize your chances of success. Question 4. The PMBOK 7th edition introduces 12 project management principles. Which principle encourages the project team to take ownership, meet commitments, and guide themselves towards achieving project objectives? A. Leadership. B. Tailoring. C. Deliver value. D. Show stewardship. Answer: D. Show stewardship. The show stewardship principle emphasizes that project teams and project managers act as responsible stewards of the resources entrusted to them, including finances, natural resources, and people. It encourages commitment, care, and diligence in managing the project and its resources to achieve desired outcomes responsibly and ethically. For instance, ensuring project funds are spent efficiently and team members are supported aligns with this principle. Remember, good stewardship means taking careful responsibility for all aspects of your project. Question 5. A project manager is conducting a regular review to assess project progress and performance, comparing planned versus actual results. According to the PMBOK 7th edition, which performance domain is this activity primarily associated with? A. Planning performance domain. B. Work performance domain. C. Measurement performance domain. D. Delivery performance domain. Answer: C. Measurement performance domain. The measurement performance domain focuses on evaluating the project's progress and performance to inform decision-making, ensure objectives are met, and improve the overall project process. This involves collecting data, analyzing trends, and reporting on key performance indicators, KPIs, to provide accurate insights into the project's health. For example, tracking budget burn rate, schedule variances, or defect density falls under this domain. Regularly measuring your project's pulse helps you make informed adjustments and keep it on track. Question 6. A project team is preparing to start a new project but needs to determine the optimal way to approach the work, considering the unique characteristics of the project and its environment. What activity, highlighted in the PMBOK 7th edition, would help them define this optimal approach? A. Executing. B. Tailoring. C. Controlling. D. Closing. Answer: B. Tailoring. Tailoring is the deliberate adaptation of the project management approach, governance, and processes to suit the specific needs of a project, considering its unique context, complexity, and environment. The PMBOK 7th edition emphasizes that there is no one-size-fits-all approach, and tailoring ensures that the chosen methods are most effective for that particular project. For example, a small, low-risk project might require less formal documentation than a large, highly regulated one, necessitating a tailored approach. Always customize your project management practices to fit the project, not the other way around. Question 7. According to the PMBOK 7th edition's project performance domains, which domain focuses on the project team's activities related to establishing and maintaining the collective knowledge and skills necessary for effective project execution? A. Planning performance domain. B. Team performance domain. C. Stakeholder performance domain. D. Work performance domain. Answer: B. Team performance domain. The team performance domain addresses the activities and functions associated with organizing, managing, and leading the project team. This includes fostering a collaborative environment, developing team members' skills, managing conflict, and ensuring the team has the necessary resources and support to achieve project objectives. For example, conducting team-building exercises or providing professional development opportunities for project team members falls within this domain. Cultivating a strong, cohesive team is fundamental to project success. Question 8. A project manager is establishing robust communication channels and processes to ensure information flows effectively among all project participants. Which project principle, as outlined in the PMBOK 7th edition, is the project manager primarily upholding? A. Be a steward. B. Engage stakeholders. C. Enable change. D. Build quality. Answer: B. Engage stakeholders. The engage stakeholders principle emphasizes fostering an environment where stakeholders are actively involved and influence the project's outcomes through clear and effective communication. This principle encourages mutual understanding, collaboration, and timely information sharing to align expectations and build strong relationships. For example, regularly scheduling project updates and feedback sessions with key stakeholders demonstrates this engagement. Effective stakeholder engagement is key to gaining support and minimizing resistance throughout the project. Question 9. In the context of the PMBOK 7th edition, what is the relationship between projects, programs, and portfolios in an organization's value delivery system? A. Projects are components of programs, which are components of portfolios, all contributing to organizational strategy. B. Programs contain projects, and portfolios contain programs. Projects can also exist independently of programs. C. Portfolios are a collection of programs, and projects are independent initiatives that may or may not contribute to a program. D. Projects, programs, and portfolios are separate, distinct entities with no hierarchical relationship in value delivery. Answer: A. Projects are components of programs, which are components of portfolios, all contributing to organizational strategy. The PMBOK 7th edition describes an integrated value delivery system where projects are often part of programs, and programs are part of portfolios. This hierarchical relationship ensures that individual projects contribute to larger program goals, and programs, in turn, contribute to overarching organizational strategic objectives defined at the portfolio level. For example, a new product development project might be part of a larger market expansion program, which itself contributes to a portfolio focused on increasing market share. Understanding this layered structure helps ensure all work aligns with strategic organizational goals. Question 10. A project team is exploring various options for a new systems architecture, acknowledging that the chosen design will impact future scalability and integration. Which project principle from the PMBOK 7th edition encourages this holistic perspective? A. Systems thinking. B. Tailoring. C. Adaptability and resiliency. D. Leadership. Answer: A. Systems thinking. The systems thinking principle encourages viewing the project as a dynamic whole, recognizing that its various components and the external environment are interconnected and influence each other. This holistic perspective helps project teams understand how changes in one area can impact others and optimize outcomes for the entire system, not just individual parts. For example, when designing a new software module, considering its dependencies on existing systems and its impact on user workflows demonstrates systems thinking. Always consider the bigger picture and interconnectedness within your project. Question 11. Which project performance domain primarily focuses on maintaining focus on desired outcomes and deliverables while ensuring that decisions and activities contribute to the overall project purpose? A. Planning performance domain. B. Delivery performance domain. C. Work performance domain. D. Measurement performance domain. Answer: B. Delivery performance domain. The delivery performance domain centers on ensuring that the project delivers the expected scope, quality, and performance for the benefit of the stakeholders. It emphasizes producing the deliverables, achieving the desired outcomes, and consistently providing value throughout the project life cycle. For instance, ensuring a software release meets all specified features and performance criteria before deployment is a key aspect of this domain. Maintaining a strong focus on delivering valuable results is paramount for project success. Question 12. A project manager uses a Kanban board to visualize workflow, limit work in progress, and maximize efficiency. According to the PMBOK 7th edition, a Kanban board is an example of which category of project management enablers? A. Models. B. Methods. C. Artifacts. D. Metrics. Answer: C. Artifacts. The PMBOK 7th edition classifies artifacts as templates, documents, outputs, or deliverables that are used or produced during a project. A Kanban board is a visual representation of work in progress, typically used to manage workflows and track tasks, and is therefore considered an artifact. For example, a risk register, a stakeholder list, or a sprint backlog are also common project artifacts. Recognizing common project management tools and documents as artifacts will help you organize your project information effectively. Question 13. A project team is evaluating potential risks and opportunities early in the project life cycle. Which project performance domain specifically addresses these elements? A. Work performance domain. B. Uncertainty performance domain. C. Planning performance domain. D. Measurement performance domain. Answer: B. Uncertainty performance domain. The uncertainty performance domain focuses on managing potential risks and opportunities, which are inherent in all projects. This domain involves identifying, assessing, and responding to uncertainties to minimize negative impacts and maximize positive outcomes. For example, conducting a risk assessment workshop to identify threats and opportunities related to a new technology implementation directly falls within this domain. Proactive management of uncertainty is crucial for enhancing project resilience and increasing the likelihood of success. Question 14. A project manager is reviewing the organizational culture and the available infrastructure before initiating a new project. Which aspect of the project environment, as defined by the PMBOK 7th edition, is the project manager considering? A. External environment. B. Economic conditions. C. Internal environment. D. Legal and regulatory factors. Answer: C. Internal environment. The PMBOK 7th edition describes the project environment as encompassing both internal and external factors that can influence the project. The internal environment includes elements specific to the organization, such as its culture, governance frameworks, infrastructure, and resource availability. For instance, understanding the internal decision-making processes or the availability of in-house experts are considerations within the internal environment. Always assess your organization's internal landscape to identify strengths and constraints for your project. Question 15. When a project team continuously evaluates and adjusts its processes and approaches based on lessons learned and feedback, it is exemplifying which project principle from the PMBOK 7th edition? A. Show stewardship. B. Tailor to context. C. Adaptability and resiliency. D. Be respectful. Answer: C. Adaptability and resiliency. The adaptability and resiliency principle highlights the importance of being able to respond to changes and recover from setbacks during a project. It involves designing project approaches that can accommodate evolving requirements, unexpected challenges, and continuous improvement through feedback loops. For example, conducting regular retrospective meetings in an agile project to identify areas for process improvement demonstrates this principle. Embracing change and building resilience helps projects navigate inevitable challenges successfully. Question 16. A project manager is determining the optimal sequence of activities and creating a realistic schedule for a complex engineering project. Which project performance domain is most directly involved in these activities? A. Work performance domain. B. Delivery performance domain. C. Planning performance domain. D. Measurement performance domain. Answer: C. Planning performance domain. The planning performance domain focuses on organizing, elaborating, and coordinating the project work. This includes activities such as defining requirements, creating a work breakdown structure, estimating effort, developing schedules, and planning for resources, all of which aim to establish a clear path for project execution. For example, mapping out project tasks on a Gantt chart and assigning resources to each task is a core planning activity. Thorough planning sets the stage for efficient and effective project execution. Question 17. The PMBOK 7th edition describes models as conceptual frameworks to understand a phenomenon. Which of the following is an example of a common project management model? A. Work breakdown structure, WBS. B. Stakeholder engagement matrix. C. Canavan framework. D. Risk register. Answer: C. Canavan framework. The Canavan framework is a sense-making model that helps project managers understand the context of a situation, simple, complicated, complex, chaotic, and determine the appropriate approach to manage it. Unlike artifacts such as a WBS or risk register, which are tangible outputs, a model provides a conceptual lens through which to view and interpret information. For example, using Canavan helps decide if a predictive or agile approach is best for a given problem. Understanding different models can significantly enhance your decision-making capabilities. Question 18. In the PMBOK 7th edition, the project performance domain focused on the execution of work to meet technical requirements and satisfy scope is known as the A. Planning performance domain. B. Work performance domain. C. Delivery performance domain. D. Team performance domain. Answer: B. Work performance domain. The work performance domain encompasses the activities involved in executing the project work, managing resources, and implementing the plans to achieve project deliverables. It is about getting the work done, as defined by the project scope and technical specifications. For instance, developing code, constructing a building, or testing a product are all activities within the work performance domain. This domain is where the project team actively produces the intended results. Question 19. A project manager is focusing on continuous improvement throughout the project life cycle, regularly incorporating lessons learned into future processes. Which project principle is this project manager demonstrating? A. Be respectful. B. Pursue value. C. Optimize adaptability and resiliency. D. Enable change. Answer: C. Optimize adaptability and resiliency. The optimize adaptability and resiliency principle highlights the importance of the project's capacity to respond to changing conditions and recover from setbacks. This includes continuous learning and improvement, allowing the project to evolve and strengthen its ability to deliver value despite challenges. For example, holding regular retrospectives to identify what went well and what could be improved for the next iteration is a direct application of this principle. Continuously refining your approach helps ensure your project remains robust and successful. Question 20. When managing a project, the PMBOK 7th edition emphasizes that projects exist within a broader system. What does this system primarily refer to in the context of the project environment? A. Only the internal departments and organizational structure. B. Only the project team members and their direct reporting lines. C. A broader context including internal and external factors, such as culture, governance, economy, and legal frameworks. D. The specific technical tools and software used for project management. Answer: C. A broader context including internal and external factors, such as culture, governance, economy, and legal frameworks. The project environment, as described in the PMBOK 7th edition, is the overall context in which a project operates, encompassing both internal factors unique to the organization, e.g., culture, governance, resources, and external factors, e.g., economic conditions, legal regulations, societal influences, technology. This holistic view is crucial because these elements can significantly impact the project's planning and execution. For example, a new environmental regulation, external factor, could necessitate changes to a construction project's design. Always consider the multifaceted environment your project operates within. Question 21. A project team decides to use a waterfall approach for a project with well-defined requirements and a stable environment, while using an agile approach for another project with high uncertainty. This decision-making process aligns with which project principle? A. Deliver value. B. Tailor to context. C. Build quality. D. Engage stakeholders. Answer: B. Tailor to context. The tailor to context principle advocates for selecting the most appropriate project management approach, processes, and methods based on the unique characteristics of each project. It recognizes that one size does not fit all, and successful projects adapt their practices to align with the specific project's environment, complexity, and stakeholder needs. For example, choosing a predictive lifecycle for a bridge construction project versus an adaptive lifecycle for a mobile app development project exemplifies tailoring. Always customize your project management approach to fit the specific needs of your project. Question 22. In the context of the PMBOK 7th edition, what is the primary distinction between a method and an artifact? A method is a deliverable, while an artifact is a technique. B. A method is a conceptual framework, while an artifact is a tangible output. C. A method is a means of achieving an outcome, while an artifact is a tangible component used or produced. D. A method describes project roles, while an artifact describes project phases. Answer: C. A method is a means of achieving an outcome, while an artifact is a tangible component used or produced. The PMBOK 7th edition clarifies that a method is a means, technique, or process for accomplishing a task or goal, such as the critical path method for scheduling or a requirements gathering workshop. An artifact, on the other hand, is a tangible output, document, or deliverable used or created during a project, like a project charter or a risk register. For example, brainstorming is a method, and the list of ideas generated from it is an artifact. Understanding this distinction helps you appropriately apply tools and create necessary project documentation. Question 23. A project manager notices that project team members are facing interpersonal conflicts, which are hindering productivity. Which project principle should guide the project manager in addressing this situation? A. Be respectful. B. Build quality. C. Optimize adaptability and resiliency. D. Pursue value. Answer: A. Be respectful. The Be Respectful principle emphasizes the importance of demonstrating respect for all stakeholders involved in the project, including team members, customers, and suppliers. This involves fostering an environment of trust, empathy, and active listening, which is crucial for resolving conflicts constructively and maintaining a positive team dynamic. For example, mediating a disagreement between team members by listening to both sides demonstrates respect. Always treat every individual involved in the project with dignity and consideration. Question 24. A project manager is consistently seeking ways to enhance efficiency, reduce waste, and continuously improve processes within the project. Which project principle is the project manager prioritizing? A. Build quality. B. Enable change. C. Deliver value. D. Optimize processes. Answer: D. Optimize processes. The Optimize Processes principle focuses on continuously evaluating, refining, and improving the project processes and activities to enhance efficiency, eliminate waste, and increase overall effectiveness. This involves learning from experience, seeking feedback, and implementing improvements to streamline workflows. For example, analyzing process bottlenecks and implementing lean techniques to reduce non-value-added activities aligns with this principle. Continuously looking for ways to improve your project processes leads to better outcomes. Question 25. A project is being managed in a highly regulated industry where strict adherence to standards and quality metrics is mandatory. Which project principle from the PMBOK 7th edition would be most emphasized in this context? A. Engage stakeholders. B. Build quality. C. Show stewardship. D. Deliver value. Answer: B. Build quality. The build quality principle emphasizes ensuring that the project deliverables meet the required standards and are fit for purpose, delivering the intended performance and functionality. In highly regulated environments, this principle is paramount as it directly addresses compliance, error prevention, and the integrity of the project's outputs. For example, implementing stringent testing protocols and quality assurance checks in a pharmaceutical project directly supports building quality. Prioritizing quality ensures that your project outcomes are reliable and meet expectations.